Greetings, YouTube. This is Datalynx Magnus, aka Datamag 2018 on Instagram. And today we have a special treat because this is something that I was pretty sure that I was not going to be able to get easily. After the debacle of last week's online pre-orders at Target and it's selling out in 10, 15, 20 seconds, I was to the point where I was like, if anything comes out and it's an exclusive, I'm not gonna get it because the bots are out in force. But to my surprise, I started seeing people grabbing this over the weekend and posting pictures of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on a hunt. And this morning I went on a hunt, and out in the wild, look what I found. So today we are going to look at the Cobra Island G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Trooper, and it is very, very good, FYI. All right, let's have a look at them. All right, so real quick look at the package here. You have the Cobra Trooper in the box. All of his accessories are showing through the window. Has Cobra Island on it. You get a picture of the Cobra Trooper on the side. You get this cool map of Cobra Island. More of these logos. And you get a good Cobra symbol on the top. And this is number 12 in the line. So, the Cobra Trooper. This is the foot soldier for Cobra. If you ever watched the cartoon, these were the guys that were always on the front lines, piloting the jets, his tanks, and everything else that they were using. And they're basically cannon fodder. And the original figure, the one that came out with the original line with the 3 3/4 line, was not this complicated and not this detailed. For some people, that's a negative. For me, I have gotten to the point now where I don't expect the figures to look like the ones that came out in the 80s. I expect them to look like representations of the characters that came out in the 80s, but they're updated. Not only did they update the articulation, but they've updated the sculpts. They've gone with, similar designs, but changed it up a little bit. I mean, you just have to understand that, yes, this is G.I. Joe, but this is G.I. Joe Classified. And these figures are made to fit into their own line. So if you're looking for a vintage Cobra Trooper, you're not going to find it in this line, at least not yet. All right, so let's have a look at him close up. He's got a cool helmet. And one thing I want to point out is that right now, he is wearing every single accessory he comes with. So every gun, every knife, every costume piece is on him right now. So he can literally wear everything he comes with, which is awesome. Got this sculpted on Cobra symbol. That's actually sculpted. That's not painted on, or not just painted on. Got holsters, knife sheath. This logo here, although it's not painted, it is still sculpted. Lots of detail. Look at the detail of his pants, his clothing, the ridges and things on his pads. Those goggles are removable. This is just a spectacular looking figure. Now, the good part about this is that despite the debacle of the pre-orders, it looks like these figures are coming, like in one case you will have one type of figure. So when the case comes in and it has 6 figures in it, it's going to have 6 of these guys in it. So that should theoretically bode well for us that want to army build this guy. You should at least be able to get 3, 4 of these guys. At least 2 at the very least, with 6 in the case, as long as they keep it in stock. I'm thinking that because of the high demand for these guys, that they will make sure that they get them into the stores. And I think that's why they're actually already there, and why some targets will let you buy them, other ones won't. We'll talk about that later, but it's kind of hit or miss. So you might go to a Target and they may tell you that they have them, but you can't buy them because of this whole street date thing. But whatever. All right, so let's take a look at his accessories. Okay, so here is the Cobra Trooper stripped down, and we have his helmet here, and it's a soft plastic, so it's easy to get on his head and it fits snugly. Fits very snug. Then you have his armband here. Like I said, I believe that this maybe will show that this person is an officer or something like that. Got a knife. Has this cool sculpt. You see, if you can see that, there's like a snake head, and then the knife is coming out of the snake's mouth, the blade of it. His goggles. Two pistols. They're the same pistol. Now, as far as these guns go, we might as well talk about that right now. So, these guns, the pistols and the rifles, lots of people, or at least a few people, are complaining or lamenting the fact that these guns don't look realistic. They're basically Nerf guns. Like, some of these designs are literally the designs of Nerf guns. And look, I'm gonna just tell you right now, some of the Nerf guns look really cool. They don't look realistic, but they look cool. And I think these guns look cool. There are plenty of people online, on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and places like that, that sell 1/12 scale realistic modern weaponry if you really, really want some. And it's really not that expensive, to be honest. But I'm not really that mad about these guns. Look, G.I. Joe, it's not like they shot bullets in the cartoon. They shot lasers. So I don't really see the huge deal with it unless it's just hideous looking. But when it's painted gunmetal, or it's kind of painted black, if it's painted black or gunmetal and it, fits the character, then I'm pretty okay with it. I may still get or give them realistic guns, but the ones that he came with, I'm not too bad about. Okay, so now we're going to move into the articulation of this figure. It's pretty standard fare for the G.I. Joe Classified series. If you own any of these guys, you probably won't be surprised. But it is a very good articulation setup. They do have a joint here at the neck, unlike a lot of Marvel Legends. In fact, most Marvel Legends. So you have that joint, you got your hinge, you're able to get some good tilt. Arms can go all the way around, come out to the side. You got a bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. You have a twist and a hinge at the wrist. You have an ab crunch probably, but you can't really get to it because of this overlay or this vest. This vest is not removable, but if you really wanted it gone, you probably could cut it off and maybe cut it at a point where you could put it back on and it would stay on halfway decent. But this vest is how he carries all his equipment, so not sure why you would want to cut it off, but I guess if you got a whole bunch of these, that might be a good idea. Legs can go out very far. It does have drop down hips. You can see that there. Double jointed knee. Ankle pivot. Hinge with the forward facing pin. So excellent articulation. Oh, and also a waist twist. Forgot about that. So yeah, it's an awesome figure. Awesome. And especially you're talking about if you can somehow get a hold of a lot of these and have an army of these guys, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. Okay. One other thing I wanted to point out before we get to size comparisons. This head sculpt and ninja mask I'm assuming that they're going to use that again. Probably for my third or fourth favorite character out of G.I. Joe. We'll see. All right, let's look at size comparisons. Okay, here we have the Cobra Trooper with a couple of actual G.I. Joe figures from the classified line. We have Duke over here on the left, and then Roadblock on the right. All right, here we have the Cobra Trooper with the ninja characters from G.I. Joe. Now, this guy here, this Storm Shadow, that is not a G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. That is an Articulated Icons ninja that is a dead ringer for a Storm Shadow. So most people have him standing in as a placeholder until we actually get Storm Shadow. And then we also have Snake Eyes, and that is from the box deluxe set from Hasbro Pulse. This Snake Eyes figure is still really near the top for me for figure of the year. Okay, so here we have the Cobra Trooper with some classic Marvel Legends army builders. We have the Scourge figure, an AIM soldier, and a Hydra soldier. And they all scale pretty good. They're pretty much the same height or similar height. Your G.I. Joe Cobra Trooper will fit in well with your army builder type figures, and that probably tells you that it would fit in good with your Marvel Legends figures as a whole. You know, this last comparison, we have Taskmaster from Marvel Legends. It's an MCU figure. And then we have this guy who is a Jazzwares Fortnite figure. And the reason why I wanted to put him in there is because a lot of people are looking at, and I don't know what the name of the character is. Maybe I'll put a picture of him in here. But they are looking at this guy who has like a camouflage outfit on, like a black, or not black, but gray and kind of light gray to be Firefly from G.I. Joe. And he would be about the same size as this guy. So comparatively speaking, he's pretty close, maybe slightly shorter, so that might work. Okay, so in closing and final thoughts, you know, this G.I. Joe line is really coming along. I really wish, and I have no control over this obviously, but I really wish they would, you know, cut down on all the exclusives and all the weird stuff. Just release the figures. Put them out in waves and release the figures. It's not like we're not gonna buy them. So there's no reason to come up with all these gimmicks and all these weird things where people gotta be stressing out trying to order stuff online and pre-order selling out in seconds. You know, it's ridiculous, and it's you know, frustrating. And yes, this week we found them, but what about next time? You know, I know there's still people right now that never got a Red Hulk. You know, there's people who went to their Targets and couldn't ever find this guy because he was, for whatever reason, only sent like 2 or 3 to a store, and there was this promise that there was going to be more of him sent out, and he just never showed up again. And there's a lot of people that wanted this guy that couldn't get him, and it's like, what for? Why are you making it hard for us to give you our money? I don't understand it. So whatever. Like I said, the figures, the G.I. Joe classified line is coming along really well. I'm still waiting to get Destro. He was another one that was hard to get, and that second wave is looking really good too. Come to find out, the Cobra Commander is gonna probably be easy to get because he's like 2 or 3 to a case. So despite all the stress we were going through with that, looks like we'll be able to get him. But again, what about next time? So I don't know, but whatever the case, great line, great figures, coming along really well. If you like the review, hit a like, give me a like, subscribe, check out some of my other stuff, and let me know if you want me to review some of the other G.I. Joe figures, because I do have Scarlet, and I got obviously Roadblock and Snake Eyes and Duke, and I got the all black Snake Eyes as well. So let me know in the comments if you want me to review any of these other G.I. Joe figures. All right, later.